Hi, and welcome back to Focal Point AFR Talk. Brian Fisher is my name. The program is Focal Point. The network is AFR Talk. You might be aware of this campaign that has been started by a whole batch of feminists to ban the word bossy. They do not want this word used even when it is accurate, even when it is a statement of the truth. Now, you think about this for a second. If you have these women that are demanding that you not use the word bossy, isn't that exactly what they are? I mean, they are proving by demanding that we not use that word, they are proving that that, in fact, is an accurate term to describe what women can do. I'm not saying all women are like that at all. Please don't misunderstand me. But women can be that, and when they are that, then it's appropriate to use accurate and truthful terminology. Now, here is the ad that they have equipped or have prepared to run this ad. This is the Ban Bossy ad. We just have audio of this, but listen.
Pushy. Stubborn.
Pushy.
Stubborn.
Bossy. Bossy.
When I was growing up, I was called bossy.
I think the word bossy is just a squasher.
Being labeled something matters. By middle school,
Girls are less interested in leadership than boys.
And that's because they worry about being called bossy.
We need to tell them it's okay to be ambitious.
we need to help them lean in
Words matter.
Let's just ban the word bossy.
and encourage girls to lead.
To be strong and be ambitious.
Listen to your own voice.
There are no limits.
Dare to be you.
You can change the world.
Let's ban bossy. Be brave. Be you.
Ban bossy.
Join us to ban bossy.
That last little
I'm
soundbite,
not bossy.
it's the actress from Glee, Janet Lynch, I think is her name. She's using a bullhorn. I mean, she's getting right up in your grill. Ban bossy. That is an order. But don't call me bossy, whatever you do. Now, Jay Carney, clip number 9, Rob. Jay Carney was asked yesterday by Ed Henry from Fox News about the reaction to this ban bossy movement. Let's listen.
Jay, this focus today, women in the economy, minimum wage, overtime pay increases as well, all important policy areas as was discussed at the top. But will you also acknowledge these are also issues that test pretty well in an election year and that are a lot better to focus on than, say, the healthcare numbers from yesterday?
Ed, are you saying that we should have done this in 2012 because our margin with women wasn't big enough? I mean, these are the right things to do for the economy. No, Ed.
It has nothing to do with the midterms.
You know what? I think every woman in here ought to be offended by that. I'm offended by it on behalf of my wife and my daughter. It's crazy.
So there's Jay Carney. And all Ed Henry's doing is asking the question, look, you're trying to get the issue, the public conversation, off onto things that have to do with women and the economy, overtime pay increases, minimum wage, inequality in wages and salaries for women. And by the way, I didn't have time to go through it in detail, but Christina Hoff Sommers, who is a hardcore liberal, she wrote an extended column indicating there is no pay inequality between men and women. When they have the same level of education, when they have the same level of experience, they get paid the same. I mean, the pay differential is maybe 4 or 5 cents. It's just an insignificant number. It's not like 77 cents on the dollar, which is the number that President Obama keeps bandying about. And Summers' point is, look, some women make choices in their careers that are going to affect their income. Women tend to gravitate toward careers that are helping careers, and they are lower paying careers like social work and teaching and daycare and nursing, whereas men tend to gravitate toward occupations that are riskier, that require more physical strength, and therefore tend to get compensated at a higher rate to offset the risk to physical health and physical life. So as you factor all that in, you look at the same guy doing the same job that a woman does, same education, same experience, they get paid the same. It's a complete myth that there is this inbuilt discriminatory inequality between men and women. So Ed Henry asking a good question. Look, Obamacare is in big trouble. You just lost an election in Florida because of Obamacare. Aren't you trying to change the subject? And of course, Jay Carney, instead of actually responding to the question, answering the question, just gets royally offended on behalf of the females in his world. Now, let's go back to clip number 2. This is Kathleen Sebelius. This actually goes back to April of 2013. Remember, we have played the sound bites from Melissa Harris Perry saying that, look, we have got to get past this antiquated notion that children belong to their parents. That is so 19th century. We've got to move into the 21st century where the parents belong to the state. The parents belong to all of us. Now, I want you to listen to the soundbite from Kathleen Sebelius. This is back from April 2013, and listen to Kathleen Sebelius talk about how early she thinks the government should intrude itself into your family and your life as a parent. Let's listen.
What the president has put on the table is really a birth to 5 proposal, recognizing that you can't start at 4-year-olds. We really need to start at birth. So There will be an enhancement of home visiting, which we know is an evidence-based strategy that helps parents be good parents from the outset, helps the first and best teacher a child will ever have learn important skills. It moves into then early Head Start and child care, where a lot of parents choose to have their children as they go to work and make sure that those are quality-based programs, but also with curriculum and social and emotional skills.
This is amazing to me. Notice that Kathleen Sebelius says we need to get the government involved in the lives of parents starting at birth. We cannot wait for the government to intrude in the American family experience till the kids are 5 years old. We have got to start at birth. We have to have home visitation right after a kid's born. We've got to have a bureaucrat going into the homes of these American families and telling them what they are doing wrong as parents. Now, what reason could we possibly have? What possible objective reason would we ever have to think that a bureaucrat, some nameless bureaucrat, faceless bureaucrat that occupies a cubicle all day, knows more about how to love and parent and raise your child than you do? Why would anybody in their right mind think that? But that's exactly the mindset that Kathleen Sebelius has. And, she's like, we got to have daycare. We got to have total strangers taking care of your kids, and the government, the other taxpayers will pay for them. And we're going to have curriculum. We got to have curriculum. What's that mean? They want to brainwash our kids starting as soon as they can get their hands on them. All right, now, when it comes to Obamacare, let's grab clip number 3. Representative Tom Price asking Kathleen Sebelius about how many people have actually paid for Obamacare. This happened just yesterday.
Let me go to some specific questions. You mentioned in your opening remarks 4.2 million people have signed up on the exchange, and I want to get to some of the concerns that others have. How many of those that have signed up, that have enrolled in Obamacare, have paid their premium?
I can't tell you that, sir, because I don't know that.
I got no idea. So here is the president's signature legislative achievement. It's all predicated on how many people buy insurance. The only way this thing works is if 7 million people buy insurance through Obamacare. Well, how are we doing so far? I have absolutely no idea. Not clue one. Now, Kevin Brady, clips 4 and 5. Kevin Brady, Representative Kevin Brady from Texas, he bores in on Kathleen Sebelius about Obamacare. Let's listen. Clip 4.
Mr. Chairman, Madam Secretary, you were before the committee in April of last year. You assured us all there would be absolutely no more delays in the Affordable Care Act. We've seen 8 delays since you gave us those assurances, bringing the total now to 35. So the question is, I think fairly for our families at home, what other delays should they expect? Are you going to delay the mandate that individuals have to buy government-approved health care or pay a tax?
No, sir.
Are you going to delay the open enrollment beyond March 31st?
No, sir.
Is it correct that you don't have the authority to extend that deadline? The position that the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid have made, do you agree with that?
I haven't. their statement, sir, but there is no delay beyond March 31st.
Now, you notice Representative Brady asked her, look, are you going to delay the individual mandate? No, sir, we're not going to do that. That had already happened. Her outfit had already delayed the individual mandate till 2016, so she was either lying through her teeth or she's so ignorant and clueless about what's going on in her own department that she is totally unqualified for that position. Now, here is clip number 2. Let's wedge this one in. Go.
The law very clearly makes the case that tax credits are available only to individuals who are enrolled through the exchanges. Yet 2 weeks ago, in regulation, you deemed that individuals who haven't enrolled in the exchanges are eligible for those tax credits. My question is, what specific provision in the Affordable Care Act grants you that authority?
Well, sir, I can get you the specific site, but the authority really comes from the law, which states if a person is eligible for the Affordable Care Act and in the exchange process, then they are eligible for a tax credit. We have made it clear that if through no fault of their own they were unable to enroll, that eligibility extends to a delayed enrollment period, and they will have a special enrollment period,
Madam
which
Secretary,
we have the authority to grant.
To be very clear, the law is very plain. Only people enrolled in exchanges are eligible for tax credits. As a committee that handles the tax credits, we know this section well. So, and maybe you could
Sir, I'd
ask
be
the
happy to
folks
get
who
you
are
the
here
statutory
today.
authority.
Your experts are behind you. If you'd like to ask them, please do. But there is no provision there.
No, we can cut out of that, Rob. So that's Representative Brady saying, look, there's absolutely no provision to give tax credits to people that don't get their insurance through the exchange. We know it. We've debated this law extensively. We know there's absolutely no statutory authority for you to do that. Well, that's it for today. Do not forget to bow low before God, stand tall before man, stand in the gap. Never forget, we are fighting a winnable war. See you tomorrow.